Hello and welcome to Viva Barca. Welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, where we are going to be discussing on some interesting updates. We start with Jules Kounde, who have revealed how Xavi convinced him to join Barcelona over Chelsea. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Then secondly, talking about the relationship of Xavi and Barca captain Gerard Piqué, as it has been reported that their relationship is now tense, of course, after a row, and the club is hoping that the veteran defender retires. We're also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into it, please do ensure to subscribe if you haven't, give the video a like, and please watch the video right up to the very end. For close to 4 successive seasons, Barcelona struggled defensively and made subpar recruitment in the transfer window. Year after year after year, the quality of the backline went on declining until it hit rock bottom in Lisbon. Heading into 2022 summer transfer window, it was so clear that the centre-back position was a top priority. President Joan Laporta eventually brought in Jules Kounde from Sevilla and oversaw what can be called the biggest defensive signing for Barcelona in recent years. In a recent interview with L'Equipe, the Frenchman spoke about his move to Catalonia in the summer and what led him to choose Barcelona over the other clubs in the race. Kounde acknowledged that he had been in touch with former Chelsea manager Thomas Tuchel, but was all praised of Xavi's convincing talks and that helped him to make his decision. He said, "I spoke to the Chelsea boss by then, Thomas Tuchel, who gave me a speech and explained his project to me. I felt he wanted to convince me to join Chelsea, but I simply preferred Xavi's speech when he called me and explained his own project." Pundits across the globe have tagged Barcelona as a team in a rebuild stage, but the centre-back outright refused to accept that notion. He said, "I am convinced I am coming to Barca for a new project, but I wouldn't call it a rebuilding project. We already have a competitive team." The former Sevilla man then spoke about his drive to achieve great results with his new club and place them amongst the best in the world. He said, "In the summer, I was interested in being part of this new Barca team. I want to win titles and help Barca to be where they have always been, among the best clubs in the world." Kounde could not stop praising Xavi and his vision for the Barcelona team. When asked about his new manager, he said, "Before signing for Barca, I had a conversation with Xavi. We talked about football. I felt huge confidence. Xavi had a real knowledge of my game and my qualities. He knew me very well and I felt confident." The defender then added that the coach already knew his style of play, strengths and weaknesses well before his signing was finalized. Needless to say, that was a massive factor in him deciding his future. He said, "When I spoke to Xavi for the first time, he told me that my qualities corresponded to his game plan, starting plays from the back, making use of my speed and anticipation." The youngster then commented about the aggressive and high-pressing system under Xavi and how he fit into those dynamics. He said, "Xavi told me that he wanted an aggressive team. He told me we are one of the teams that press high and run the most. I see you in my system and I also saw myself playing in that system. I saw myself in that team." Kounde has been in La Liga for several years now, and needless to say, following the title race closely, he said that he would make out a change in Barcelona under the new manager and how that influenced his decision. He said, "But before Xavi arrived at Barca, we were 15 points ahead of them. In Sevilla, Xavi arrived and then they did a great job. I was a Sevilla player, but I watched a lot of Xavi's Barca. I saw how he grew, the changes he made. I like him a lot." Despite being signed as a centre-back, the Frenchman has predominantly been deployed as a right-back at his new club. When asked about his situation, he was optimistic that it was only a temporary phase. He said, "Playing as a right-back, I prefer to play as a centre-back. That's why I chose Barca, because I know that most of the time I'll be playing as a centre-back." Finally, Kounde concluded his interview by giving his thoughts on the team as a whole and its potential. He said, "With Barca, I think we have the ambition to win all the competitions, although we still have room for improvement." Great words there from new signing Jules Kounde, who is still trying to insist that playing centre-back is his best position. I hope Xavi understands that. And of course, he's confident that it will just be on a temporary basis that he plays as a right-back. We bought Hector Bellerin in the last day of the summer transfer window. Hector Bellerin is a natural right back, but Xavi, for most of the time, have been using Kounde as right back. But I hope that Xavi will change that soon. Kounde is very good at right back, we all know that, but he prefers playing centre back. So we can hear from Kounde being so optimistic about this competitive Barca side, and so optimistic that we'll go ahead to win titles. Definitely, I believe what he said, and it's gonna be good to see how this team competes. Who is there who will not be convinced about this Barca side? It's quite incredible, the team that Xavi have built since coming. I mean, it's quite so good. Like, we play well, we play confidently. We cannot compare the Barca now and the Barca last year. It's a whole lot of difference, and the departures that have gone. I mean, if you look at the squad that we had last year and the squad this year, it's totally different. Most of those fringe players have left, so Xavi now is left with players that he can rely on. We need a squad, like a good bench, and we have that good bench. So it's good to see how things have improved a lot, and let's see how the season goes. But there's confidence among the team that we are going to do well this season. Then on to the next story of discussion. In a major revelation, Sport is claiming that things are not well between Barcelona manager Xavi Hernandez and one of his captains, Gerard Piqué. The veteran defender has found game time hard to come by in the ongoing campaign, having been overlooked by the manager in favor of Andres Christensen, Eric Garcia, Jules Kounde, and Ronald Araujo. Essentially, Piqué has become the fifth choice centre-back at Spotify Camp Nou and has played just 2 times across all competitions, totaling up to 135 minutes of on-field action. He has seemingly left the 35-year-old frustrated, and as per the report, Piqué was complaining over his lack of playing time in the dressing room last week after the loss to Bayern Munich at the Allianz Arena. Xavi heard what the centre-back was saying and stopped him before telling the veteran captain something along the lines of, "And you are going to play even less now." The report states that the relationship between the two Barca greats is quite tense at the moment. Xavi has been slowly but surely phasing out the old guard at Spotify Camp Nou this season. Piqué has fallen down the pecking order, and fellow captain Jordi Alba also finds himself out of the starting 11, with the manager building a team for the future. And Piqué, who is hardly playing, has become more of a burden for the club because of his massive wages, which is 52 million of the current season. So much so that the report adds that the defender honors his previous statements about wanting to retire at the club and decides to step down at the end of the current campaign. Such a move would come as a major financial relief for Barcelona, while also clearing the path for the future of the team. We hope he keeps his word, club sources are reported to be saying about Piqué's past statements on retirement. So as things stand, there is little chance that Piqué's situation improves, considering how solid that the other defenders have been so far this season. So it will certainly be interesting to see how things develop from here. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.